Okay, so I have an update on my IUD for month 6. Yeah, it's month 8, I know. So 8 months ago, I got an IUD in. 6 months ago, I also got an IUD in. No, I do not have two. I just have the second one in because here's the story. It tried falling out. Now they wanted to try again. So when I go in for the checkup in late October, they were like, my gynecologist says, we might have a problem. And I'm like, oh gosh, it fell out, it's up there weird, she can't even find it. What? Like, what? So, she says, I can see the end of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, so what does that mean? Like, can I not do IUDs? Like, does my body, like, not like IUDs? Like, I need birth control. And so she's like, I'm gonna get the advice of the other gynecologist on site today. And I'm like, okay. And I'm starting to shake. Because I'm like, anxiety, like, starting to go up here. Because I can't. Anxiety just don't do well together. So the other gynecologist comes in and he's like, yeah, you can see it, it might have been placed a little bit weird, it might have been a tampon, it might have just, like, your body might not have liked it, whatever. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And he's like, I want to do an ultrasound on you to make sure that it's actually in place, and it's like it was, like, chilling approximately right, even though it was, like, half hanging over. Or half hanging out, or I don't even know if it was half hanging out. But anyway, so I'm sitting there shaking as they're waiting to see if the ultrasound room is open. And I'm like, and they're trying to, like my gynecologist and the nurse's aide was like, it's gonna be okay, So, like, we'll get through this, everything's gonna be fine. So, get over to the ultrasound room. And we see that's fine, there's nothing other than the ID in there, I don't have a baby on the way. I'm like, okay, well, at least it was working. At least it was working, because that was the purpose of my birth control, because I have the non-hormonal one. So it's like, obviously, it's just for the baby problem. So, going and, like, we can see where it is, it's not, like, sharded in bed or anything. It's not, like, broken up and whatever else, God knows what else can go wrong. Thank gosh. So I found it, and then so the second gynecologist, male gynecologist, comes back in and he's messing around with it. And all of a sudden he says, okay, I think I got it, and talking to the nurse's aide and my gynecologist, he's like, okay, get whatever ready, whatever thing. And I was like, okay, clamp, to like open up my cervix, get the thing back in wedged or whatever. I don't even know. So it turns out there's another IUD thing on their tray thing. I'm like, I can't even say it because, like, I'm shaking. Like, I'm full-fledged shaking. I'm just like, I keep telling them, I'm sorry. I need a chill pill, I know. And so he finally says, okay, you're going to feel a pinch. I'm like, okay. It's like, okay, he's probably just clamping it, putting it in my cervix so he can do his little whatever, whatever they do. And he's like, okay. Maybe 10-15 seconds later, he's like, you're going to feel another pinch. I'm like, okay, feel a pinch. And then, like that, he was like, you're gonna literally feel another pinch, I'm sorry. And then, it was, like, 15 seconds between, you're gonna feel a pinch, the first two, and then it was a matter of, like, 5-10 seconds, the second and third. And then it was like, we're not gonna charge you for the second IUD. Like, what? What did happen? Because I was so confused and I was so shaky, and I was trying not to look at because this was like the pregnancy ultrasound room where, I don't know if it's any different for ultrasound rooms, but, the technician had her screen, and then I had my screen, like, I was like this, and I had one leg right here, so I couldn't see this screen, but I could definitely see this screen, so I'm just like, I'm not looking, I don't care, too much anxiety, don't care, not looking, I'm looking up the technician because, trying to whatever, and trying to look around the room, see what because there's 4 people. I'm like, I'm not going to just creep out and stare at one, but I'm just like, I'm not looking down, I'm not looking up at the screen, what is going on? So, but yeah, I got a new IUD in, just like that. I'm like, gosh, people. So, anyway, so I got a new ID placed in, and so I just restarted that 6 month, like, they say, like, 3 to 6 months for, the horrible cramps and blah, 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 and likely to, like, fall out or be an issue, like, most of the issues happen within the first 3 to 6 months, or whatever, so I'm like, okay, restarting now. So, I was like, okay, and I'm just, like, text my boyfriend, I was like, I just got a new ID, and, so, they're like, okay, do you need anything to eat or whatever? Because I didn't take no aspirin for it, no Motrin, no whatever. I didn't even eat beforehand. I barely had any like drinks that day, like prior to like when I woke up that day, because I had a morning appointment. From that to like the appointment, I had not eaten anything because I was going out with a friend. I was like, okay, so I had nothing in my stomach, and they were like, and I told my gynecologist, like, I haven't eaten anything because I was expecting a friend. And it's like, oh, you poor thing, It's like, look at this, just my look. So they give me, like, a little kid's juice box and, like, some crackers. And I'm like, I feel like I'm 5, but I have cramps. So, I got all that. So, that was the second insertion. So, I've had this one for a while. So, since then, I have had the extra bleeding, like I said, during my bloody time. I didn't have too much more spotting between periods, but I did notice that I do spot, like, 2 days before my period, instead of, like, I guess you would say within a 8 to 10 hour window, like I used to. So, like, 8 to 10 hours before my period, I'd start to spot, and then I knew she'd be coming. Like, okay, it's like, make sure that I put, like, extra stuff in my purse. I have my little goodie bag in there, Now it's like 2 days before. And it's just a spot, and then I go on periods. And up until very recently, I've been very phobic of using tampons. Because I'm like, I think it was a tampon. I'm 98% sure it was a tampon that took the string. To make it come down. Because it's like, that was on my period when I got inserted, like, the original time. So I'm saying it was a tampon because I felt a different settle. And I was the dumb one that used a tampon, even though they probably say you shouldn't. So don't use a tampon. If you get inserted on your period, don't use a tampon for the rest of the time if you're a tampon user. It's gross. I know the feeling. Transitioning out, I still feel, I get weirded out. I really do. So no shame there for those that feel the weirdness of it coming out. But like the blood, not the IUD. Get weirded out if you feel it coming. Trust me. Go with your gut. Your gut knows stuff. I knew it. But yeah, I get the extra bleeding and I get the cramps. It's mellowed out for the most part. Like now that it's been like now 6 months since this IUD, it's mellowed out. Like my periods are going back to normal. So yes, it may take a while for your periods to get back to normal. So try to wait it out the 3 to 6 months, maybe like month 7 or 8. Maybe I can say but wait it out the 6 months. Like hardcore. Like eat your aspirin, drink a glass of wine with it, or whatever your alcohol preference or not, Diet Coke, whatever you drink. Drink a lot of water with that too. Around your period, drink a lot of water. And be under that heating pad, take your hot water bottle, whatever, whatever you do to and if you don't think you're gonna get cramps, because I was one that didn't suffer from a lot of this prior. I didn't get that many cramps. I didn't really bleed heavy except for the first day. My periods were rather short, If you're like that and you're like, okay, like a Paraguard or whatever non-hormonal IUD you have choosing, and like whatever you're getting, and you're like, okay, I've lighter, I guess you'd want to say like 5 days, not really bleeding that much, you have like one and a half days bad period, and then the rest is kind of like, you can just use like a regular tampon or regular pad or whatever. Don't underestimate the copper IUD. Do not. Do not. Those first 6 months, oh, people. Grab your Aleve. Actually, my mom, those really bad cramps during her period. And she was like, Aleve, girl. Aleve, honey. Aleve. Aleve will save you. Aleve you, glass of wine, under heating pad. Done. I'm like, okay, mom, because I need something. Because, like Motrin was doing nothing. Like it was, like a few hours later, like, if I caught it, like, before the cramps, like, really got bad, you know, it's like, okay, like, I'm getting that sluggish feeling, you know, that the period's about ready to come about. It's like, okay, if I took, like, 8 Motrin, it was better, but I was like, if cramps all of a sudden came, Motrin did nothing. So Aleve. Aleve does wonders. So, and loads, like, make sure you have, like, red underwear or black underwear that you just don't give a crap about for your time of the month. If you're not already in the bandwagon, you know, buy yourself some good undies like that, you know, black or red, you know, make sure that you buy crappy jeans or crappy, like, work pants that are, like, black if you can. Depending on where you work, you know, your supposed attire, you know, but buy dark bottoms if you can help it, that are really comfortable, like, even go, like, maybe a size up, you know, depending on how you fit things, you know, so you have bloat room, because, I mean, let's be real, we're all girls, we need bloat room. So yeah, those are my general tips. Wait it out, honey, girl, wait it out. But anyway, that was my 6 month update of technical, like, this actual IUD is 6 months old now in my body. But yeah, so expect a lot of bleeding. And some good cramps. So, how's everybody? Tell me in the comments.